The dark-cloaked figure demands to know where the girl who can handle fire is hiding. The dark-cloaked figure responds coldly. I don't care if you die or live, it's all the same. Then adds with cruel satisfaction, Kiki, that girl is a fire child, at least for 1 minute. Greyhen swings his weapon downward with fierce determination, crying out as he strikes. Someone cries out in shock. Then what are you going to do about it? A red slash cuts through the darkness with violent force. The red slash tears through the air with deadly precision. Greyhen's eyes widen in complete shock. A voice from the darkness asks, "Why?" The dark-cloaked figure stands motionless, bound hands hanging at their sides. A voice cries out in anguish, "Oh, it can't be!" Flames engulf Greyhen as he screams, "What?" while companions look on in horror, one crying, "No!" Greyhen screams in agony, "Not right now!" A massive explosion erupts around him, consuming everything in brilliant flames. The explosion hurls Greyhen backward through the air, wooden debris spinning around him as he shouts in pain. Flames spiral upward into the night sky as the blast tears through the building structure. Fire erupts through the building as someone cries out in alarm. Greyhen calls out frantically as the dark-cloaked figure shouts back about quickly retrieving an item from the dining hall before it's too late. The dark-cloaked figure breathes heavily, gasping, "Can't breathe at all." Greyhen shouts, "Run," as flames engulf the building behind them, crying out, "Captain, Captain," while someone yells, "Also run." A colossal golden creature with a blazing purple eye emerges from the flames, towering over the dark-cloaked figure below. A character's face fills the view, eyes wide with recognition. Elpam, Elpam, this bastard. The golden creature looms overhead as someone cries out, "Shut up!" The dark-cloaked figure shouts, "Using us as bait!" as flames engulf the scene around the towering golden creature. Greyhen screams as he's hurled through the air by a massive explosion of flames. The blast creates a thunderous impact that sends debris flying in all directions. A colossal golden phoenix unfurls its blazing wings above as countless figures scatter across the devastated landscape below. The massive creature's talon crashes down with earth-shaking force. Greyhen grimaces as he speaks. "It was difficult. If I had been hiding and wanted to show hope, I shouldn't have said anything." All 12 factions at the legendary gate, Greyhen continues, as figures clash in battle across the rocky terrain. The dark-cloaked figure demands to know if Greyhen can still use his abilities even without understanding everything about the judgment. "There's a resonating sound," the figure adds ominously. Greyhen responds that the boss monster from earlier was actually just a child. Looking at the woman's traces, you'd think she was just a housemaid, but she's much stronger than expected. The title card displays "The Last Adventurer" in bold lettering. A massive explosion tears through the air with tremendous force. Greyhen grits his teeth and declares that, damn it, his life isn't over yet. Greyhen thinks if his life is truly ending, then this cursed gold slime story must end as well. Golden energy erupts from the maple world as brilliant fire consumes everything around him. The dark-cloaked figure declares that only the Red Dragon Gate boss monster can pass through this corridor. The figure's eye blazes with purple energy as they proclaim that their body has been transformed into a deadly constellation, making them the ultimate adversary. Greyhen declares it will be the most dangerous thing as massive golden flames erupt around him. His eye glows with intense green energy as he focuses his power. Greyhen screams as a massive golden energy blast erupts upward with tremendous force. The golden energy blast rockets skyward as Greyhen gasps from the tremendous exertion, while the dark cloaked figure watches from behind. The massive explosion tears through dimensional space as Greyhen shouts in disbelief, "Is this even possible?" While figures are flung through the chaotic rift. Greyhen identifies the technique as acid detection magic, while dimensional distortions continue warping around him. Greyhen screams in anguish. Why, it's completely gone. A voice shouts urgently, "God's protection, it's coming." A blazing surge of energy erupts across the dimensional rift. A voice calls out through the blazing energy, "Amazing! What should we do about that power? Is there a way to seal that situation?" A voice calls out urgently, "Get up! Look over there! There's a 1-minute cooldown on Acid Arrow." Golden energy swirls around a glowing orb as someone shouts, "Prepare for battle and look for an opportunity." Greyhen grins wickedly as he asks, "What is it?" Purple energy crackles violently through the air. Greyhen shouts, "Max," as he dodges a massive purple energy blast, calling out, "There's still time now." A voice commands, "Don't say anything to me." Greyhen crashes to the ground with tremendous force, his body slamming into the stone floor. Greyhen reaches out desperately as he plummets through the air, his expression filled with shock and terror. A powerful surge of energy erupts in bold strokes of crimson and darkness. Greyhen's kick erupts in a brilliant explosion of golden energy, sending debris flying through the air. Golden energy explodes outward as Greyhen's strike connects with devastating force, sending stone debris tumbling through the air. A mysterious eye-like entity peers through the shadows. "What?" it questions. The eye-like entity stares with growing concern. "What are you planning to do with the remaining 10 or so?" it asks. Golden energy erupts in a tremendous explosion, consuming the entire structure in blazing light. The golden explosion sends debris and energy cascading outward in brilliant streaks of light. Skeletal remains tumble through the golden inferno as the explosion consumes everything in its path. Greyhen's face is illuminated by the golden glow as the transformation reaches its peak. The dark, cloaked figure stands before a massive golden creature, sword drawn. "It's over," the figure declares. The dark, cloaked figure speaks with quiet resolve. "Jeb, I couldn't hear what you were saying, but the guild's swordsmen will easily subdue these children and strengthen them immediately," the figure declares. The figure declares that the captain should follow and not fall behind. The figure explains that the captain's unusual size and the institution's location create an advantage, adding that now both factions know the full reason for the conflict. The dark cloaked figure speaks with conviction. "I am already furious." The figure continues from the shadows. Redgate shouldn't have grown this much above the 2 levels of yellow hue, so it succeeded. Now it wasn't a monster that can sleep peacefully for over a week. The dark cloaked figure declares that items left in this gate no longer exist. A voice declares that this task is already complete. The mysterious figure grins wickedly and commands someone to prove it. A massive explosion of golden energy erupts with tremendous force. The dark cloaked figure emerges from the blast, questioning what just occurred. Golden flames swirl upward in a brilliant spiral against the starlit sky. A massive golden beast emerges from the fiery explosion, its form towering and radiant with destructive power. The golden energy erupts in a blazing ring of light. Flames burst from the ground in a violent explosion of orange fire. The dark, cloaked figure gasps in agony as molten golden energy engulfs them. Why? Why are you doing this? I was definitely going to play fair, they cry out desperately. The dark cloaked figure stands atop a massive dragon-like creature against the pink twilight sky. Greyhen grins confidently as golden flames surge around him. If that's the case, then in about 4 steps, he declares. Golden energy crackles and drips like molten liquid through the air, while someone gasps, "No, 5 days." Greyhen breathes heavily, bound by thick ropes as he mutters, "What? It doesn't matter." Greyhen smiles with quiet satisfaction, his face illuminated against the purple-tinted darkness. Golden energy erupts from below as a massive serpentine creature lunges down with gaping jaws, while Greyhen stands defiant in the swirling light. Brilliant red energy blazes in geometric patterns as the attack continues its devastating course. The dark cloaked figure plummets through cascading golden energy as the explosive force sends them tumbling downward. Golden energy streaks through the air as the explosive attack reaches its devastating conclusion. The dark cloaked figure deflects the blazing assault with their sword, purple energy swirling around them. The mysterious figure descends from above, dark cloak billowing as golden energy blazes upward to meet their strike. Greyhen grits his teeth in determination, eyes focused despite the chaos surrounding him. Energy crackles and disperses across the purple-tinted air as the confrontation intensifies. A hand grips a rope tightly as purple energy swirls through the air. Golden flames surge around Greyhen as he declares, "I must attack with the intent to kill, even without certainty." The dark cloaked figure speaks through the swirling energy. If it had been an ordinary devil, it would be impossible. Golden spears of light pierce upward as the figure continues. But if it's me, it's possible. Greyhen declares that he originally came here to find one of Jinsok's subordinates, then unleashes his technique called Choi swordsmanship as golden energy erupts around him. Fire arrow. The blazing attack strikes with explosive force, engulfing the dark-cloaked figure in golden flames. The explosive impact creates a brilliant burst of flame and energy. Greyhen staggers back from the blast, crying out as he's knocked off balance by the force. The dark-cloaked figure plummets through brilliant golden flames, consumed by the searing energy blast. Greyhen catches his breath in the aftermath, steadying himself against the wall. The blade cuts through the air with fierce determination. Golden flames explode outward in a brilliant burst of energy. The explosion engulfs everything in blazing light as Greyhen is caught in the devastating blast. A glowing ring of energy expands through the air, while something crashes down with tremendous force. Greyhen grips a blazing weapon as flames swirl around him. "Fire arrow," he shouts. The attack explodes in brilliant golden light and crackling energy. The golden flames engulf everything in a massive explosion as Greyhen's attack reaches its devastating peak. The blast tears through the air with tremendous force, leaving trails of fire and energy in its wake. Through the chaos of fire and destruction, a massive serpentine creature with turquoise scales coils around Grayhen as he falls through the blazing inferno. Fire erupts in a tremendous explosion as the dark-cloaked figure moves through the blazing inferno. The dark-cloaked figure speaks a single word as their cyan blade cuts through the air with deadly precision. Flames surge around Grayhen as he shouts "Fire Arrow" and unleashes his attack. The dark-cloaked figure questions damage as they assess what has occurred. The attack sends Grayhen tumbling backward through the air, his body spinning helplessly as he cries out in pain. The dark-cloaked figure extends their hand, channeling a surge of crackling blue energy between their fingers. Grayhen calls out desperately as brilliant golden energy erupts around him. "It's no use!" A blade slices through the air with deadly precision. The dark-cloaked figure emerges from a massive explosion of golden fire and energy. Golden flames surge upward as the blade cuts through cascading droplets of light. Grayhen floats within a swirling vortex of golden energy beneath the clouded sky. The golden energy engulfs Grayhen completely as he reaches out desperately through the swirling flames. Brilliant light streaks across the institutional ceiling as the energy discharge tears through the grand hall. Grayhen plunges downward through the swirling vortex, his weapon raised as golden energy erupts below him in a massive blast.